Okay, so in the previous lesson, we had completed the surface anatomy for the abs, the obliques, and the navel. So we've got everything defined for the front of the chest. So what we're going to do now is start to move on into the area of the legs. So shift middle mouse button to pan up. What we want to do is now define the surface anatomy for the front of the legs, the side of the legs, and if I do control 1, the back of the legs. Okay, and we're going to be using the same technique that we use over here for the abs. So the first thing that we want to do is go ahead and make sure that the snapping is enabled and you're back on increment. Go ahead and switch to solid view and make sure that you have enabled this layer over here, and press 1 to go into your front view. So what we're going to do is go ahead and switch into edit mode, and we want to make sure that under here, under edges, we have the shortcut key defined. Now before we do this, I want to now explain to you how this the shortcut key concept works in Blender. So whenever you add a custom shortcut key, it doesn't get saved to your actual blend file. And if you close Blender and open it back up, you lose all your shortcut keys. So Blender offers a way where you can have it internally save the shortcut key to Blender internally, but it does not get translated to the blend file. So if you send this blend file to another person to work on the model, they're not going to get all your custom shortcut keys. They're really just specific to the computer that you're working on. So if you right click this one and do copy Python command, I'm just going to bring up Notepad over here to show you. I can just right click and do paste. You'll see that what Blender does, it gives you the actual Python command that you can extract this information from to internalize the saving of the shortcut key. So I'm just going to right click and do copy. So notice that this is under mesh and edge rotate, right? We know that this is a mesh because we're in edit mode and they're working with a mesh. To understand this a little better, right? So make sure that you click on this and copy this and minimize this. Now go under File and go under User Preferences. So over here, you'll notice that under the Input tab, you have access to all the shortcut keys Blender comes with out of the box. So we know that we are in the 3D view. And over here, you'll see that there's Mesh over here. I can open this back up. And over here, you can see that these are all the shortcut keys that we've been using. You can see that we've been using Control R, and we've also been using A over here, right? So you can see where Blender is getting all this information from. So if you scroll all the way down over here, do Add New, it allows you to add your own custom shortcut key. So if I click on this and do Control A, you can see that I've added this over here. So over here, I'm going to expand this little arrow, click on this and do Control V. Paste that command. So if you click on this, you'll see that how Blender captures that information. So this shortcut key is over here. So now if you do save user settings and you close it, and if you close Blender and open it back up, you'll notice that that shortcut key always works. So if I click on the edge, and let's say I'm just zooming here, I'm just going to click on this. I'm not changing anything on the model. I'm just going to show you that it does work. Okay, so I put it back the way it was. Now the problem with this method is that if you do it this way, it never shows the text over here. Now, this could be a bug in Blender. I'm not sure why it works this way. So a way around this is that if you go under File, User Preferences, we're just going to scroll all the way down. Now, before I do that, notice that if you do this, it gives you this button. This tells you, signals to you that there are custom shortcut keys. So if you click this button, it'll wipe all the shortcut keys out of here. I'm going to expand this. It's not a good idea to click this if you have a lot of shortcut keys. It's a good idea to go down over here and remove this. Right, just like this. So that is gone. I'm going to just do Save User Settings, okay? Now, if you go under Mesh, go under Edges, and just do the same thing that we've been doing, right-click, do Edge Shortcut, hover your mouse to do Control A, you'll see that it adds the actual text over here that we've been doing. Now, if you notice that if you go into File, User Preferences, you'll get that Restore button. That means it's basically doing the same thing for you. See, it adds it for you. If you click it, you'll see that there's absolutely no difference. And there doesn't seem to be a way to actually add that custom text over here. So now if you do save user settings, close this and close Blender and open it back up, you'll always see this shortcut key. Now again, this is only internal to Blender. Okay, so regardless of the fact that I've shown this to you, whenever we need to use this shortcut key, I'm always going to point this out to make sure that this shortcut key is there. Okay, so now you can obviously move the actual Blender user preference file or give it to the person that you want to, hey, these are all the custom shortcut keys that you've both decided you're going to work with. Anyways, let's go ahead and move forward with this. So just do A to select and A to deselect everything and shift middle mouse button to pan over here. We're going to talk about this vertex over here. Now we've already talked about these concepts of triangles and quads and using the subdivision modifier. And you already understand that the subdivision modifier always creates the quads for you. It doesn't care if it's a triangle or quad. And we understand that we model everything with quads. And you're going to have special cases where you will need to have a triangle. Now, this is not going to happen every time. This is only happening because of the rotate edge concept in Blender. So this vertex is simply floating in the middle. You can see that this is a quad. If I click on this one, this one, this one, and click this, it selects as a quad. Now, when you have something like this, right in the middle of a mirror modifier, this floating vertex, this is going to become a problem. So if I go over here in the subdivision modifier and just bring it down one for a second, click on this over here and make sure that wire and draw is selected. If you switch to object mode, then you can see that this is what we're going to be capturing when we apply this subdivision modifier, right? I've already shown you how this works. And you can see that what's going to happen over here, that there's a floating vertex over here. So now if you actually rotate this neck, when you rig this and try to animate this, what's going to happen is Blender, again, is going to get confused because it doesn't know which quad is going to look like a quad. Only one quad can exist like this, meaning that over here, if I zoom in, this is a vertex over here, vertex over here, vertex over here. Then there's a vertex in the middle. And if this neck rotates, this will, let's say to the left or something, this vertex will go over here. It will start to look like a quad. And if this vertex is over here, it will break this quad, meaning that it'll start to look like two triangles. It will create artifacts over here. So what we can do is when we do tab, we can simply click on this vertex, do X and dissolve vertices. This is going to leave this triangle over here. But we know in the back of our mind, but because we're applying this, this is automatically going to be quads internally. And we can see that, but if I go into object mode, you can see that that problem area is now gone. You have two quads side by side. So now when you rotate this area of the neck, everything will work just fine. And if you click on this, you can see that how Blender fixes all this stuff automatically. Remember, we've already talked about this in the section of the year where we removed that vertex. If I do tab, there used to be a floating vertex over here. So this is a special triangle. This area is not being animated, right? Anyways, and regardless of the fact, it's always going to be a quad. So we don't have to worry about that. So I just want to make sure that you understand this idea of triangles and quads and where these special triangles can appear. It has to do with the idea of topology where you need it, and you also have to understand that you cannot have floating vertices in the middle of an edge when a section is going to be animated because there's going to cause confusion. Meaning that in the subdivision modifier, even when it creates the quad internally, okay, you got to remove it. Anyways, I think you understand what I'm talking about. As you work and create more 3D models, you'll be able to understand these concepts. But the general rule is that always create everything with quads and stay away from triangles. But in special cases, you will have them. The only reason this is happening is because of how we are rotating these edges. We hit these issues. Again, this is not some kind of an error. It's just a byproduct of the rotating of the edge. And these are not going to be appearing. They're very rare cases. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I'm going to click on this and just go ahead and just remove this over here. Now we're going to take a look at this vertex over here. Okay, so I want you to click on this, make sure that you're on the big grid units and just click on the red arrow and take it to the right one time. The reason we're doing this, if you do tab, it's really just to define this area of the bone structure for the chest cavity. Okay, do 1 to go into the front view and tab over here. The other vertex is this one over here. So if you go into the right view, you'll notice that when you zoom in, it creates a little bump over here. So we can just do W and smooth it out. Now if you go to your front view, you also have the option to click on this and zoom in and actually just relax them a bit more. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is just going to relax the merging of these two apps. And over here on the top, you can do the same thing if you want to. You can click on this and do 1, 2, 3, 4. Just relax it a little bit. Okay, and now when you do tab, you'll see how this is acting. Now, lastly, there's going to be a vertex over here. So if you go into edit mode, click on this vertex. We're going to move this up one time. The reason we're doing this is because when we get into the area of the legs, we're going to have to move this up regardless because of how the anatomy system will work, surface anatomy. So we're going to do that right now. Now we're going to start to model the legs. Now, this is going to be a little involved. So what I mean by this is we're going to be doing the front view, we're going to be doing the right view, we're going to be doing the control 1 to go into back view. Okay, and we're going to be switching between vertex, edge, and face. Okay, so take your time to follow this lesson. Okay, so what you want to do is, first of all, position yourself over here. You'll see that this over here is the curve. Okay, it's going up. I want you to click on this face over here. Just zoom in now. Make sure you stay in the big grid units. Now shift key down, click on this one, and this one. You're going to move this to the right one time, just like this. Now you're going to press the R key to rotate and rotate it 1 and 2 nudges like this. Left click to confirm. You're going to press the E key to extrude and right click to get out of it. Now you're going to do W smooth 1 and 2. Now you're going to click on, actually we don't have to switch. We can just do Alt and just right click on this edge over here. It'll automatically select this edge loop over here. Now you're going to do smooth 3 times, W smooth, 1, 2, 3. You're going to click on this face, shift key down, this one, this one, this one. Go to your right view by pressing 3. Then move this to the left 1 nudge like this. Go to your front view, click on this face, go to your right view. Now do the green arrow again to the left like this. Do W and smooth. Now go back to your front view. Click on the shift key down, add this to the selection, go to the left, W and then smooth. Okay, click on this face, shift key down, this one, take it to the left, W and smooth. So if I do tab, just to show you what's going on, what we're doing is now defining the landmark area for the knees. And what we want to do is really make this more realistic, like a real human figure is. So how can we do this? Well, if you do tab, what we can do is now use these concept of moving edges. Okay, and we're going to be rotating stuff. So go ahead and click on this edge over here and click on this. Just do the blue arrow 2 times up, 1, 2. Click on over here, do the blue arrow down, 1, 2. Then click on this one, go to your right view, shift middle mouse button pan over here. You're going to move it to the left 2 nudges. So it's going to be 1 and then 2. Now you're going to do W and smooth 1 time. Now we're going to come back and move that out again. So click on this one. Shift key down, this. You're going to do W smooth 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to click on this edge, shift key down this one, and move it to the right. Go to your front view. Now you're going to switch over to the vertex mode. Click on this vertex, shift key down this one and this one. Go to your right view and move it to the left 1 time. Go to your front view, click on this and take it to the left. Okay. If you do tab, you can see what's happening here is that we're now doing this idea of muscle suggestion. That's why we moved it, because there's a muscle over here right next to the knee. Okay. Now do tab and A to D select. Now what we're going to do is start to make this knee a little more realistic. So what we can do is Control R, get an edge loop over here, left click and then right click, Control R, left click and then right click. Now I'm going to click on this vertex over here, shift key down, this. You're going to scale this in 1 nudge. Scale 1 nudge like this, left click to confirm. Shift key down, deselect this vertex, deselect this vertex. You're now going to scale it 3 nudges. Scale by pressing the S key, 1, 2, and then 3, and then left click to confirm. Then you're going to do W smooth 1, 2, and then 3. Next, you're going to click on this vertex right over here and bring it down with the blue arrow one time. Press the shift key down and click on this one. Go to your right view, take it to the left one time, do W and then smooth. Next, you're going to just hover your mouse over here and right click this. It'll automatically select the closer vertex. Shift key down this one and this one. So if you do the middle mouse button, you can see what it's actually selecting. Just do W and then smooth this out a little bit more. Go to your front view over here, A to D select. Now if you do tab, you can see that how we are now getting that junction between the two bones for the legs. It's starting to create that realistic version of the knee. Do tab to go back into edit mode. Click on this vertex over here, take it to the right, do W and then smooth. Now we're going to switch to edge mode over here. Over here, you're going to do Control R, left click and right. Sorry, let me do that again. Control Z. Going to do Control R, left click and right click. Over here, now click on this edge over here, shift key down this one. Now you're going to do Control A. Remember, this is the rotate edge. You're going to get these two vertices over here. You can't see them right now, but if you click on the vertex mode, just right click here, it's going to select it. If you do middle mouse button, you can see that it's this vertex. So I'm going to do this vertex, then I'm going to do this vertex. I'm just going to do it from the front view. So I'm going to take it to the right one time, then click over here, get this vertex, take it to the right, and then do W and then smooth.